Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the hamstring stretch, and we're going to be doing it in a pulsating fashion. So basically you're going all the way down, and then you're not going all the way up completely, but you're just focusing mainly on making sure that you're keeping the motion going and you're not like pausing in between. What you're also going to do, as opposed to just holding the stretch at the bottom, is just to keep going up and down, obviously. What you also want to do is make sure that you're keeping your chin tucked while you do it. You don't want to be looking up while you're doing this because it's going to put a lot of strain on your neck unnecessarily. This is mainly going to be working the hamstrings, so there's no reason to really be working the neck at this point. What you also want to do is do it in a slow and controlled fashion. Try not to be aggressive as you're going down and coming up. But before we continue with more tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Now, at the making of this video, I wasn't very flexible. Now I can definitely touch my toes, but I'm just kind of showing you guys how I've been able to get to that point, in addition to using something called a stretch strap. If you don't have that, in the meantime, you can definitely do this, and this helped me. So what you want to do is basically just stand with your feet fairly close together, not touching, but like that, maybe a hand's distance apart. And then you want to make sure that you're keeping the knees locked. Do not bend the knees, and then push the butt as far back as you can get it while also simultaneously reaching down. And this is a great way to do it because a lot of times when you try to hold the stretch, it makes it very difficult to know if you're going any lower. Usually what ends up happening is as you try to hold the stretch, you're going to slowly start to stand up. This way you know exactly what you're aiming for. What I like to do is I try to go lower than my socks. And slowly start to work my way to the lip of my shoe, and then to the front of the shoe. And the way I recommend you do this is that you do around 20 repetitions to start, and then stand up, take a minute break, and then do that again. What you really want to also be aiming for is not rounding the lower back or even upper back. That's what you really want to be aiming for. You want to make sure that you're arching your back as much as possible and that your back is as straight as possible. Is that going to be the case as soon as you start? No, which is fine. But just make sure you keep working towards that, and in no time you'll be able to stretch your hamstrings properly. Also, if you feel a stretch on one side and the other, that's fine. That's just one is always going to be tighter than the other until you fix it. So here's some mistakes. Don't bend your knees, obviously. Also, what you don't want to do is just do limited range of motion. Most people can go lower than this and truly try to push yourself while you do it. Also, do not sit back on the heels. Just stay flat-footed or you're going to lose your balance. And then lastly, we want to make sure that you're not just keep rounding your lower back with no regard for it. Just try to keep your back as straight as possible.